wanted to give you a little tour of the 28 BH fifth wheel. So we're going to start here on the outside, and then we'll go to the inside and show you how we have it all set up. So on this side, that's where all of our hookups are. All this is pass-through storage. There's plenty of room for fishing poles down here. That's where we keep our rod and reels, extra hoses. So big storage on this side. Not much to see, but just want to give you an idea what the where all the hookups are on this thing. Come over here to the front storage. I got an aluminum floor jack that I carry with me, so I don't have to hassle with any kind of a bottle jack or anything like that should we have a flat tire and need to change something. So aluminum floor jack, our safety triangles, enough room for an extra propane under here. So that's what we keep there. Coming on this side, this is what we really loved about the 28 BH, is just so much storage. So got a spot here. This is where we're going to keep. This is where we keep our camp chairs and our outdoor rug. But I mean, that's a 7.5 foot rod right there, and plenty of room to keep them over there out of the way so they're safe and not getting beat up and banged around. And we come down here. This is the spot where our outdoor TV is. This is something that was pretty important to us when we were looking at fifth wheels, and that was an outdoor kitchen. Now, this isn't a full outdoor kitchen, so you know there's a little fridge. There's no sink or anything like that out here, but it does have a little pull-out stovetop. Don't really use that much. We might try to do something different with that space and get rid of that, because that's something we're probably not going to use. But plenty of room for the Blackstone griddle up here on top. I've got all my covers and everything for my grill up here. All of our little propane canisters for the Blackstone. The fridge, all of my barbecue stuff is out here, so plenty of room to keep all that out here. Now this is the big selling point to the 28 BH. So this storage compartment here is underneath the rear bed. So in the rear bunk, this is underneath that, and you can see that I've got the Pit Boss tailgater. It folds up and fits in here perfect. We got our pellets, fire pit. The bins in the back are some of Dylan's outside toys, stuff that he plays with outdoors. Metal detector, so just plenty of room back here to put just a ton of stuff. I really like to do it because I can carry a pellet grill, and that was a big thing that I used to use when we had a house. Cooked on the pellet grill all the time and had to find a way to carry one with us. So this unit allows us to do that, and super happy about that. And then we'll keep my power cord back here as it hooks up on the back. Wind it up, and we'll store it right there when we travel. So that's just a quick tour of the outside. Let's go on the inside and really get down to the meat of it. Show you guys how we have it organized. One of the other upgrades we had the dealer do before we picked it up was put in the Lippert solid steps. Made a huge difference in getting in and out of the fifth wheel. Having something solid, especially with Dylan, you know, he struggled sometimes getting in and out, even in the travel trailer, with those little fold-out steps. That first step is a big one. So having solid steps to get in just really makes getting up and down a lot easier. Oh my goodness, look at here. Look at here. Somebody's chilling. You chilling?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like the recliners?
Yep.
Alright. Alright, so we're on the inside. Erica's going to give us a rundown of the inside. We'll start up in the front bedroom.
Okay, so here's the bedroom, and there's not a whole lot to see in here, but it does have the under the bed storage, which is really nice. Winter clothes mostly is what we have under here. Suitcase, That's pretty much all. But it's really nice. It stays up by itself. And we have our shoes stored down here because we really haven't found a better way to store them. They're mostly out of the way. So if anybody has any suggestions on how they like to store shoes, please share in the comments with us and let us know. Over here we have 2 dresser drawers for our clothes, and then we have the cabinets above the bed that we have some miscellaneous things stored in. And then there's also a wardrobe that we have our clothes that hang up, as well as our vacuum in there. And then there's a door that separates to the bathroom here that you can access from this side in the bedroom or from the hallway. And so here's the entry into the bathroom from the hallway. And here we have the toilet, the sink with some storage underneath, and a medicine cabinet up here. And there's also a little shelf down here for extra. I have some makeup here. We have some extra soap. And then the shower. When we're not using the shower, we keep our washing machine in here. One side of it is a washing machine, and then the other side of it is a spin dry. So it doesn't have any heat. So after it spin dries, it dries them well enough where they're not dripping. And we can just hang them up here to finish letting them dry.
We've actually got a shower rod up here that we put up so we can hang some stuff up here to dry. And typically they're dry. Usually they're dry within a couple hours after hanging stuff up there.
And we're going to have a future video showing just how this handy thing works. And then we also have a cabinet right here where we can store all our towels and laundry soap and toilet paper and an extra drawer.
So we're going to come on down into the living room. So that's a triple recliner that we had them install at the dealership. They removed the dinette for us and put the triple recliner in there. So really gives a big open area here for the living space. This is where we store our table. So this is 2 bench seats and a table that folds up and fits perfect between the couch and the refrigerator. And then when it's time to eat, we'll just fold that out. Works out super great. I mean, how long do you really spend, eating at a table? I mean, you're not there very long. So we fold it out, we eat dinner, wipe it down. If we just pulled it out and we played card games and stuff on it. So just handy, out of the way, easy to store.
Okay, so then over here on this side we have this area that has all these extra cabinets in here. We have some book bags, hiking bags, and stuff in this cabinet. And then up here we have Dylan's arts and crafts stuff, some school books, DVDs. And then this shelf here we usually use for like a little charging station for laptops, our hotspot, remote controls, and then some more books and a few games up there. And then this couch actually turns into a bed.
Yeah, it's actually a trifold sofa, so we could pull that out if somebody's coming over, they're going to stay the night. We can pull that out and they'll have a good place to sleep. This is where we keep the dehumidifier. We ordered it online. We wanted to get something that would kind of keep the humidity down. Read a bunch of reviews on different ways people do that. Some people said you could use small ones in different places. Other people recommend using just one larger one, since the trailer's, since the fifth wheel is not that big. So that's the route we went. It is big, but it's not really in the way. It does a great job.
And then we have this long counter space right here, which is really nice. And there's even more counter space. So there were some necessities for us that we wanted to have with us, even though they take up a lot of counter space. But it's the Berkey water filter that we got that was highly recommended by other RVers, and we absolutely love it. And then we have our Keurig coffee maker, we have our ice maker, and a little blender, and a knife set. And it does take up a lot of counter space, but for us it's worth it. And we also have all this other counter space, plus the little extension right here that we leave out. So we have plenty of counter space.
And it works out pretty well keeping Nix's kennel kind of under there and out of the way. So if you have a larger dog, or you have a dog that needs a little bit larger kennel, that's a good place to kind of keep that. I mean, it blocks the door a little bit going into the bedroom, but again, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, you know.
And I also wanted to mention that since this fifth wheel didn't have a dedicated pantry, we kind of had to get creative with where we were going to store our canned goods and plates and stuff. We have plates, paper towels, some chips up here. But then as far as the pantry, we put canned goods down here, and we have some of our spices down here, and then we have the additional spices up here with some cups. And this was our first time trying out a convection oven microwave, and we've used it a few times and we really like it so much that we've decided we really won't have any use for the oven, so we decided again to get creative. And in the oven we have some storage for our aluminum foil, baggies, straws.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard a lot of people talking about how awesome the convection oven was. So we tried it out. We've cooked a few things in it, and it cooks 10 times better than our oven that we had in our house did. So we figured, you know, that there's a very rare time when we'll probably ever use up the propane oven. We're just going to use the convection oven when we need to use an oven. So it just made better sense to make use of the storage inside there.
And then we have a drawer underneath where you can store pots and pans. And then a lot of people always want to know, where do you put your garbage can? So for us, we have this small one. We did take the lid off of it to make it fit in there better, and we keep Nix's dog food under there, and it's a perfect space for that. And I don't think we mentioned the fireplace. It is an electric fireplace, and this is really nice. Living in Florida, we've only had the opportunity to use it for the ambiance. But once the weather cools off, or when we're visiting cooler states, this will be really nice to have a little heat put off of it too. And in this cabinet, there's all kinds of storage here. In this cabinet we have our thermocells, our sunscreen, and Nix's bath stuff. And we have our silverware drawer. It's a nice wide drawer. Keep our silverware and utensils in here. So as you can see, plenty of storage. Our TV's up here. We added this little shelf here just to have a spot for sunglasses, wallet, and then this spot here with pens and stuff that we use a lot, but we'll just stick that underneath when we are traveling. We also added this little rack here so that we have somewhere to hang our keys and Nix's leash and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was our biggest thing too, is trying to find somewhere to put keys. Like I said, wallets, sunglasses. I mean, just everything's just going to end up on the counter, and we really wanted to keep the counter clean and keep things off of it. So we installed one of these in our travel trailer when we had it, and it worked out really, really great. So it gives a place to hang the leash, keys, and again, that extra shelf. We just put that extra shelf under there, and basically just stuck it with some double-sided Gorilla Tape. Just kind of stuck it to this top valance right here. You know, it's not putting anything heavy on it. We just needed something to stick it there so the shelf wouldn't slide around, slide off. But you can see there's plenty of lighting underneath. There's lights underneath the whole counter. Lights up top. I mean, there's no shortage of lighting in this fifth wheel. So lots of storage. Have to be creative a little bit, but I mean, the storage up top. You know, we've got a crock pot up here. Keep our crock pot. So there's plenty of room to keep everything that we need. And also a big selling point with us was the double refrigerator. Especially after living in the travel trailer, we realized it just had the little single fridge in it. So the double refrigerator was a big deal.
As you can see, plenty of room. Fully stocked fridge is a good fridge.
Now we're going to go check out the bunk room. This is Dylan's room. So you can see this door, this pocket door, closes off. So, I mean, it's right there, you know, right off of the living area, but the door closes off. He can have his privacy, and let's check it out. No, there he is. So, real quick, when we were looking at this, where you see that rail right there that goes around, was where the top bunk sat. And you can see with Dylan sitting up, he wouldn't be able to sit up on the bed with that top bunk in there. So, actually, we were thinking about having the top bunk removed, removing it ourselves, and then our salesman mentioned that they could take it out for us. So we figured that'd be a lot less hassle just to have them go ahead and do it. So they, along with removing the dinette and putting the couch in there, we had them take this top bunk out, and you can see, I mean, it really opens this room up tremendously. I mean, now he's got plenty of headspace, plenty of room. The light from the top windows, he can have those open and keep the lower shades shut and still let some light in. And also, another big factor is there's your AC vent. That's the only vent coming back to this bunk room. So if somebody were to be sleeping on the bottom bunk, they're not going to get much air back here. So I could see where that could have been maybe a little bit of an issue. So we had him pull it out. And Dylan, what do you think about your room, man?
I think it's good, and there's an extra light in here too.
Yep, got lights there. Got a light down there got a light here on the wall. Got a light down there on the wall. So plenty of lights that he can reach. And we had him take the mattress off the top bunk, and we just double stacked them. So we just put that mattress on top of this, and it provides a nice soft mattress for him. So now he's got like a double thick mattress.
One of my favorite things about the Reflection 28BH is when we got it, there was actually a hat rack installed. Right here.
Yep.
So I can put my Cubs hat, and my other hats there.
Okay, so actually with Dylan and the downsizing, it was a little bit of a difficult process. We've continued downsizing even after being in the fifth wheel, and we've come to a happy medium, I think. We told Dylan that he can have 2 drawers of toys. So we have the drawer that's underneath down here that's filled with some electronics type toys and some little games. And then he has this drawer here that's filled with different bags of toys. And he is pretty happy with everything he got to keep. And then he has 2 drawers here that have his clothes in it. And then he has a closet that
has some clothes and some.
So he's got plenty of room in here.
Clothes and some other things in there. And there's one more thing that we installed that I like. In here. Yeah. As you probably saw, there's another one out there.
Yep, put an extra shelf in there for you so that he can have somewhere to set his water at night. He can keep his wallet up there. So he's got a little shelf.
My diffuser.
So there's a diffuser up there. So
And a couple of other things. I'm happy.
how do you like this bedroom compared to your bedroom in the Grey Wolf travel trailer?
Oh, it feels like a mansion compared to that.
Alright, so that's the inside tour of our home. 28BH fifth wheel. So you can see there's a lot of storage. You know, sometimes you got to get creative, obviously, like we did using the oven to store some stuff in. But plenty of storage on the outside, plenty of storage for us on the inside, and I really think living in our travel trailer for a few months while we were selling the house really helped us to kind of get our mind around trying to organize and use all the space available to you, and definitely I think makes us appreciate the space that we have now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything that you saw in the video today, feel free to ask in the comments and we'll answer any questions you guys might have. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and you'll follow along on all our full-time adventures. Dylan, anything else?
Yeah, I'd say no. I would say we covered everything.
Think we covered it all?
Yeah.
Alright.
I could say it's a good fifth wheel.
Alright. Sounds good. Alright guys. Catch you later.